Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bluddworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today I'm taking an unscripted look back at the Book of Lairs, Volume 1 by James M. Ward and Mike Breault. So it's been quite a while since my last video. I had about 2.5 days of no internet access, so that really threw all of my plans off for earlier on this week, and then I had a whole bunch of things come into my possession, including the 2 volumes of the Book of Lairs and some other books and things that I bought from Amazon, and getting some more eBay items in the mail today. So this is absolutely going to be a multiple video day just so that I can get caught up. So once again, thanks for joining. Apologize for the long delay between videos. I usually do not go this long. And let's start taking a look at the Book of Lairs. So here I have it. Now, this is actually the second one that I purchased off of eBay. The first, to be honest with you, it came in at it was $26, and it came in just a condition that was nowhere near what I considered to be good as it was described. And rarely, but sometimes it does happen. And sometimes you get a product off of eBay, off the secondhand market that is just not up to par. And I could have gone through the trouble of sending it back and so on. But my niece is actually getting into Dungeons and Dragons now, and I'm trying to introduce her to some of the older edition materials and such. So I will take that copy that I wasn't too thrilled with picking up, and just give it to her so that she can tear it apart and really take a look at just the format of these really short adventures to help her, or to hopefully inspire her to start writing her own adventures and DMing her own games. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't send it back. I was like, okay, I just give it to her. Although I wish it wasn't such a crappy version of it, with a tear down the binding and such. But anyway, eventually someday she'll get everything of mine, since my kids have no desire in it anyway. But here we have my second version of it, and so I am going to use the PDF to flip through it. And here's volume 2. So I have both of them, and I'm going to get right into it. So here we have the PDF, and as you can see, it's coming in at 97 pages. I would say there's probably about 3 or 4 pages of non-content, table of contents wise, and glossaries and such, but the remainder are all adventures, and we will get right into it. Obviously, cover by Clyde Caldwell. And first thing off, as far as the way it's formatted, is because it is a Book of Lairs, James M. Ward and the editor, Mike Breault, made sure that these lairs would make sense by location. So you have the breakdown based on terrain type. So in the mountains, you're going to have all of these lairs. In the hills, you will have these. In the forest, swamp and jungle, so on and so forth. So because it is centered on or focused on locations, micro locations, if you want to call it that, of very specific lairs, then they had to be tied to particular places. And we will go to the formats. They go in, they talk about various things, about ability checks and such. The Dungeoneers survival guide. They don't mention the wilderness survival guide, so I'm guessing that that came after this here. And here's one of the first adventurers, the armorer. This is a little bit different than the others, so I'm going to actually skip over this one and go to the Ogre Mage. So here the way they have it listed is the title is the creature that is the main encounter that you're going to face, and then the number of them. So there will be one Ogre Mage in this adventure. This adventure will take place in the mountains. Total party level is 24, so average of fourth level characters. You know, so you would have 6 characters at 4th level. Total magic XP is 16,500. Total GP XP is going to be 36,765. Monster XP, if you kill it, defeat it, or make it retreat, you get a different amount of experience points. And I kind of like that idea. I like that idea that you can have an outcome based on, or an experience reward, I should say, based on the actual outcome of the adventure. Not just you either get all of the experience for killing it or you get nothing. Here they have various win conditions and reward conditions based on that. So every adventure, mini adventure, or whatever, or lair is set up with a setup. So how do you set it up? Then the lair itself, and then it breaks down all of the portions of the overall encounter. All descriptive, not laid out like your typical adventure module. Some nice art that came along with this one. And then we go to the next. So really, these are all one-page adventures, or virtually all of them are one-page adventures. So here's the next one, Shadows. You will face 24 shadows in here. It's a pretty scary adventure. Again, total party levels of 24, so 6 average, average 4th level characters. They go into magic XP, total XP, and once again, kill, defeat, and retreat. The lair, talk about the various locations within the lair, and we go to zombies. 83. Total party levels, 24. Again, in mountains. All of the different possibility here and so on. Let's see if we find one that really... So, Undead, 876. Total party levels, 30. Average 5. There better be more than one cleric in this one. And really quite powerful. You start seeing ghasts and ghouls and, and other types of undead. Just a tremendous number. 876 seems to be kind of over the top. But obviously you're not supposed to fight every single one of them, and hopefully your clerics are having great luck at turning undead. Mummies, and so on. So a little bit more images, 130 brigands. Once again, you're not supposed to engage them all. And you have various win conditions and rewards based on how many you actually kill, defeat, or force to retreat. This is actually a longer one. Is that right? Yeah, so here we have a longer one. So you have 130 brigands, or page 1, 2, 3, a wilderness map, rock reptiles, just 4. This is a 2-pager as well. A sylph, just 1. 2-pager basilisks, 6 of them. Here you're starting to get to higher party level. So 48, average 8th level. Harpies, 48, average 8th level. So let's see if there's anything radically different. Here's one for Oriental Adventures. Which would have been the supplement book came out around this time period as well. So let's see what the date was on this. This is actually, it's weird. I'm not seeing a date yet. Sometimes they make this hard. 86. All right, so this came out in 86. And so Oriental Adventures was released in, I want to say, 83. I'd have to go back and whites, 9 whites, 20 ogres, leopards. They went back down to lower levels again, so there doesn't seem to be a trend throughout the entire book of just progressively getting more and more difficult. They seem to be mixed. And again, they're all based on terrain type first. So it's all broken down into terrain type. Interesting that a bear would require such high level on average. I got the landscapers here, so I really thought they were done. Animal trainer. Okay. 30 ghouls. Total party 36. And so on. So here I will switch views again. So as you can see, I mean there's a lot in here. There's probably close to 50 adventures, or 50 adventure hooks if you want to talk about 50 Lairs, about that, approximately that many. And then in the very end at the very end they have the combined creatures chart. So it has the stats of every single creature, monster, whatever you have, described on these 2 back pages. So that's also very useful. So once again, another great pickup on the second try from eBay, and getting some original Advanced Dungeons and Dragons items, which is always my preference, is always to try to find it. Now, again, this one here I got from Noble Knight Games, $15 plus $5 shipping and handling. So it came in fairly cheap. So I was lucky to get my hands on it, and I bought quite a number of items from them over these past few years. I've always been happy with both their delivery speed and the quality of the product. It's always matched the description that they put. So I highly recommend that if you are looking to pick up some older stuff, just give them a look. Every once in a while you can find something that's really a bargain in comparison to others. So that's great. I will do a separate video dealing with the Book of Lairs 2. And it's formatted exactly the same way. It's just that the number of authors is mind-boggling. They have almost every adventure is written by somebody different, or at the most you'll have like one or between actually I shouldn't say one or two, but probably about 4 or 5 authors that have written maybe 2, possibly 3 adventures in the entire thing, and then the rest are all just one-shots from a variety of authors. So that'll be really interesting to dig through as well. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to get this is because of that format. I wanted to see, what kind of a format I can use for my own writing to do those little quick one-shot adventure hook types of things, so that when I'm running a game and I have a game coming up and there's only 2 of the 5 players show up, then I can do something along these lines instead. That way I'm not wasting the time of the players that had shown up, and we're still not delving too deeply into the into the main campaign that we're running. And so Book of Lairs or anything very similar to that will actually play in very well. I'm also looking to take the concept that they use of the format and use it for other gaming systems as well, and do some of my own writing along those lines. So again, very happy with what I finally picked up, and there'll be a few more videos, at least one more today, and possibly a third today, but I doubt it. I usually don't do more than 2 in one day. But I have a ton of things coming in the mail over the next 2 days, and so I'm really looking forward to showing those off to you as well. So once again, thanks for joining. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave any questions or comments that you have, and I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen very soon. I just ran my first session 1 for my new campaign in the last night. I will do a recap of that new campaign, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. So have a great day, and be safe out there, and keep on gaming, keep on watching these videos, and and just keep on getting engaged in the hobby, and keep on looking for some of these older things, some of these older, I'm going to call it a gem. This is a gem. This is a gem of a book. So, look out for those kinds of things that you can possibly get your hands on and get some deals. I always see these things on Facebook. Hey, look what I found at the half book price. And I never get deals like that, or very rarely do I get deals like that, where someone gets a hardcover first edition AD&D book for, $20. I mean, they're really few and far between when you find them like that. So, again, thanks for joining. Have a great day. Take care.